Working good. Hey guys, Chris here. I got bored on Saturday and thought I would wash the Cayenne. It's wintertime here in Minnesota, and that means salt, sand, slush, tons of snow for the next 4 months. So yay for Minnesota here. The Cayenne is completely trashed. It's been a couple weeks. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. So I thought I would take advantage of this opportunity, or take advantage of doing this, and talk to you guys a little bit about what products I use. I mentioned them a few times in the past. You know, I have my favorites. I've gone through the trials of finding things that are supposed to be pretty good and trying them for myself. And you know, there's nothing wrong with anything that I bought, but over time you end up finding, you know, like your favorites. For example, hopefully you can hear me. These are our cabinets that we have, and I have come, not accustomed or favored, I guess favored is the right word, to the, come on, there we go, to the Adams product. So I have I'll just show you here. I completely emptied out my garage at my house with all my cleaning stuff, because I'm just doing cleaning stuff here, and I have stuff in here, you know, like what am I looking for here? That's all Adams stuff. But for example, like the Geon product, the MTM product, you know, everything in here is very similar to what's next to it. And even over here, big long-time fan of, is that in the picture, of Ammo product. There you go. Hopefully that focuses. So I got, you know, all of Larry's product line, and this stuff is really great. I just happen to favor the hydrophobic properties of, that's the wrong word. I wanted hydrophobic properties more than what the Ammo stuff was giving me. So I started favoring the Geon stuff. By favoring, I mean I'm trying out and whatever. But I kind of wanted to go to a one-stop shop for everything. You know, Adams has towels, mitts, tools, all the product that you really need. And this isn't a promo for them. I'm just showing you. I wasn't paid for my 2,700 subscribers, 2,600, whatever it is, to promote this stuff. I'm just showing you what I like. So I've become a favorite. So I've come to favor the Adams lineup of stuff, and I haven't even. I've used it, but I haven't touched any of this since testing it, so I'm trying to use up all of my old stuff. So I figured I would film the process for you guys once again, talk about some product that I'm using, show it off a little bit, you know, like I'll probably use this MTM Performance here on the Cayenne right now, just to use it up. And I'll probably end up using a bunch of this wet coat, because I eventually want to get into the Adams stuff, so I can use like the H2O Garden Gloss. Instead of, you know, MTM Performance, I would just use Ultra Foam shampoo or car shampoo from Adams. Yeah, it's probably kind of weird. I know it's not. There's people that agree with me, made comments in my video saying, yeah, you're not alone. I too like everything under the same badge, if you will. So I'll stop rambling. Let me film my process here. So if you're new to the channel, I haven't seen this. This is our toy box. It's pretty cool. We bought this building and modified it a little bit to our needs. And here we have a complete like wash system. So we have this, hopefully you can see me, we have this Kinetico water softening system here. So that allows our water to stay nice and soft, so no filters are needed. Let me give you a tour while this stuff fills up. We just got this new pinball machine, the Munsters. We traded in our Adams family, which was a pretty rare machine. We came to find out. Paid like $3,000 for it. Sold it for almost double that. And if it was in like perfect running condition, it would have been worth like quadruple that. So yeah, we're gonna get some more of those here. If you didn't watch my other video, I mentioned in there about expanding the toy box. We've sold a lot of cars, not a lot. We've sold a few cars here, my Camaro being the latest one to go. And it's pretty tight here, especially when we have friends and other people who have their cars here. it just gets really tight. So we want to expand this entire area, which is what we're doing in the springtime. It takes about 90 days, which is pretty fast. I mean, this is a, it's not a $400 dollars per square foot cost house or anything like that, but it's outfitted really nice. And one second, let me switch the water here. And we are in need of more room because we have a ton of Halloween stuff too. If you've seen my Halloween videos, I used to post those on my paintball channel, but I posted this year's on this channel just because I thought the audience was more appropriate for it. But we have all this Halloween stuff, and we have we used to have 4. We have 3 storage units just down the road that we're paying a couple $100 a month just to store this stuff. Yeah, we used to pay like $1,200 a month back when it was closer to our work, just to store stuff for 363 days a year. So that's another reason to expand. I mean, it's made for the cars. This is a a man cave. It's not a Halloween crap storage, even though the witch is over there. But we might as well make it if we have it. I got the Krenzel pressure washer in here. I'm just gonna run out this hose. It's sad not seeing the Camaro here, not gonna lie. But I mean, it's nothing new. It's been in the shop more than it's been in my garage. I feel like I should touch on that video a little bit. There's lots of comments kind of understanding what my reasoning for letting it go. As hard as it was, I do think it was for the best. Alright, so all I do here is I got these buckets from Matt at Obsessed Garage. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. He thinks a lot like I do. He enjoys the finer things in life, such as 6-gallon buckets versus 5. And then color coordinating them so you know which one is wash versus which one is rinse. Tripod's weird. There we go. Grab my little wand here. Man, this car is dirty. So even the pressure washer is hooked up to the water softening. So our process here is pretty nice. Talk about some of the products that I use to make sure this isn't going to pop off. I always start with the wheels for the car, and if you're wondering why, it's I don't know, just out of habit, I guess. I've always started with the wheels, and I guess I've just kept with that routine or habit. So I used to use like Ammo Plum, and then obviously, of course, people come out with different variations of it, like Adam's wheel and tire cleaner. But me wanting to keep everything under the same badge is the reason why I do it. These Porsche brakes, the turbos have like a coating on them that doesn't produce as much. That's coming up. Doesn't produce as much dust and dirt. I'm not going to do a bucket this time, meaning like a bucket that I dip all my tools in. I'm just going to rinse them off as I go. Get this out of the way. So this here is Adam's wheel cleaner. I'm gonna spray this on, let it kind of do its job for a little bit. It's got that like iron remover additive in it. This is Adam's tire and rubber cleaner. This doesn't need to sit as long as the wheel cleaner. This is just a tire brush. I think I got this from Matt at Obsessed. My friend Andy kind of got me into the whole paying so much attention to the tires. never would, I would just have you know, not even cleaned them. I would have just applied like a tire dressing to them back in the day. I always want to use that red mitt that I have from Adams because it works really well, but this is a lot quicker. It's not as thorough. This is just like a lug nut brush that I acquired. I think this is from Adams also, actually. That's what I mean about the tools. Like the tools all from the same place. That's completely irrelevant. Tools don't need to be from the same place. That's just me being OCD like. Like see, I'm using the brush as like a scraper instead of like a brush, like this. That's all right though. Whatever gets the job done. I'm throwing around the idea of I'm not going to because I can't afford it, especially because I've just sold my Camaro to help me afford other things in life. But I am throwing around the idea of getting a new like 2020 Macan turbo because it costs about the same as this, but the performance is way different. That's actually like a true performance sport SUV. This is a pretty sporty SUV, but it's not. I wouldn't consider this to be like a sports, like a performance SUV is what I'm trying to say. But the Macan Turbo is basically the definition of a sports SUV. I don't know if I would like something that's small. So I bring my dogs to work with me every morning and every day. And, you know, I got paintball and I haul stuff around once in a while. Macan, I think, would suffice. But it would be the smallest SUV I've ever owned. And I think it would work out fine. I'm not always going to have dogs. I have dogs right now. They're just little dogs, little ankle biters. Some of them or two of them, I should say, are 13 years old, so they're getting up there. And they're not going to be around forever. So I don't want to. I mean, I've always bought a car based off like safety and use, but it'd be nice to have something that has the performance figures of the Macan Turbo. I think it's the same. I think it's the same motor as this. So you got 400 some horsepower motor, but it's got the same transmission as these two bad boys. That PDK 7-speed, just crazy transmission. So that's what intrigues me about it. The training on the Cayenne is fine, don't get me wrong. It's no PDK. And yes, not purposely, but I didn't clean the wheel wells on that one. I don't do that on any of them, to be honest, right now. This is just a basic wash. So I don't even know if having this harsh of a chemical is needed for the tires. I've wanted to try out that brake buster stuff that I've seen, but I don't want to get into that habit that I've gotten into for the last 5 years. I'm constantly trying other products. Like I just want to, and I just want to find a product that I like and stick with it until something, you know, really big comes out. You know, with all this hydrophobic property product, that's game changing. I haven't waxed a car, I don't know how long. Granted, I clear bottle my cars because I'm super obsessed with rock chips and imperfections in paint, but I just want to prevent it as best as I can, and really the best way to do that, in my opinion, is clear bra, because it puts a puts a barrier between your paint and, you know, the outside elements, rocks, crap like that. So with clear bras, obviously you don't need to polish them and perfect them. They're kind of self-healing to an extent, which I don't really get that advertisement for them. They say that, oh, you just, you know, park it outside or put a heat gun on it for a little bit or some type of UV light and it'll heal itself. And we've had that self-healing property clear bra on several of our cars for years, and I can honestly say I've never seen it heal itself. It's really vibrant or noticeable on like black painted cars. You know, you can tell when the clear bra is what you're looking at, not the black paint. Like my Camaro, for example, the guy pointed out some flaws in the clear bra, or flaws in the paint, so we thought. And it turned out that because that car was polished to perfection, I guess there could be some flaws, but I'm gonna assume that there's not. But I remember even using like a little mitt on that thing to dry it. I could see the little swirls appear as I'm drying the car. Again, I'm drying the clear coat on the car. You know, I'm just rambling. But yeah, clear bras are, in my opinion, like, I was trying to negotiate that into purchases because I want it to be protected the moment I come off the lot. So this car, for example, the clear bra was on there before I even took delivery. So I was saying before, I've been throwing around the idea of getting a Macan turbo, but I hesitate a little bit because I don't want to buy something that's just going to be improved or replaced, you know, in a season or two. And what the rumor is, if y'all have not heard, the rumor is that this year, or 2020, is going to be the last gas version of the Macan, which I don't understand. I don't think that would be the case because it is like their best-selling, not just like SUV, but best-selling vehicle. So I don't know why they would change it like that, but I mean, it makes sense with emissions and all the restrictions going on now that Porsche could potentially make the Macan their first electric SUV. They come out with the Taycan or Taycan, whatever, however you want to say it. That's an all electric sedan. Of course, they should make an all electric SUV if they're going to go that route, like to compete with the Model X. Which I never thought that I would say this, but I'm looking into those cars. The Model X, that is. I don't know, something about it. I think it's the performance figures. You know, 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, and it just looks weird to me. The Model X. Did you guys see that new Cybertruck that came out from Tesla? What do you think of that? Make a comment down below. I'm on edge on it. It looks like a toy to me. It looks like something like Matchbox would come out with as like a concept, which maybe that's what they're going for. And maybe if you see it, or if I saw it in person, it'll be better. But the videos and pictures I've seen of it, I don't know. It looks like a concept vehicle. But the selling point of that is going to be all the technology. But I don't know if like the truck guys that I would market to care about all that. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe just someone rich or successful will get it just because it's the first electric truck with like crazy amount of power and features. But yeah, anyway, I keep losing my train of thought. I have been doing some research on the Model X because that too costs about as much as this Cayenne. And even though I think it's like, I don't want to say butt ugly, it's growing on me the more I research it. I don't know, I'm not I want like our planet team to survive, but I'm not like a tree hugger by any means. I would just get it because is that where, you know, the world is going now? Be ahead of the curve? I don't know. The main thing that attracts me is just the performance figures. Not that I can ever use that performance, but you know, if you have it, you know, why not use it once in a while, I guess. Like even coming here, I tested out this thing just a little bit. Yeah, these front wheels are gross. See all that purple coming off? That's that chemical that reacts with the iron that's in the wheels. I feel like this isn't the greatest brush for this. I don't know if it's the chemicals or what, but I feel like it weakens the bristles. Anyway, these woolies are really nice for this type of job. Sometimes you get the woolies that are too big to even fit in here. The small one is nice. I have a bigger one too. It's tucked away somewhere. This one was just sitting over there, so I just grabbed it. I think having the clear around these cars too makes me not care as much about, you know, washing properly. In Minnesota here, we got just hundreds of those car washes that everybody, I'm sure, in California and stuff go to, because it's just quick and easy. You just drive in, washes your car really poorly, and you drive out. But that's the thing. It's really poor. They don't have this, you know, attention to detail. Like they're not taking a little brush and going around the brake calipers and knocking off as much cut as they can. That's better. All right, last one. Hold the buckets. Since I got the camera out, a little flyer right there. Let me talk about our little wish list for the expansion here. My dad's kind of put me in charge of figuring out, you know, what features we want over there, and we're gonna end up. This is a 4,000 square foot building, right? And we're gonna end up turning it into about a 10,000 square foot building. So we're gonna double this space, and you have to have, you know, per code, you have to have a certain setback on the property, towards the property line, you know, where the building can be. But we already had permission, or I guess the previous owner already had permission to double this building, and they already had a plot drawing approved by the city and whatever else. We're just going to modify it a little bit because it's to go from 4,000 to 6,000 additional square feet. It's really nothing cost-wise. You know, it's kind of like building a garage at the time you build your home versus building a garage after you already constructed the home. Might as well do it right now. So we're gonna go from 4,000 to about 10,000. It's gonna be this exact mirror on that side of the wall, but we're gonna modify it a little bit. So we have this section right over here, right by the cabinets, where you just saw me setting up the buckets and stuff. We're gonna have something about that same size, but we're not gonna have utility in it, meaning like the pressure washer and what's it called, like the water softener and things like that. So instead, we're gonna use that same square footage on the other side for we call it the snacketeria. It's gonna be basically a larger version of what that room is down there, if you haven't seen that. And we're also going to put a laundry room over there, so we can, you know, wash towels here and not have to bring them back and forth to my house. And in the additional 2,000 square feet that's going to be on the north side, that's where we're going to store our trailers, because right now we have 2 trailers sitting outside. They're all locked up and everything, but it'd be nice to get those inside. And then, like I mentioned earlier, all the Halloween crap that we have at the storage, public storage down the road is going to be coming in here as well. Because we really want to make this area like a hangout place, not just car storage. I mean, we host football parties here. We're probably going to do the Super Bowl party this year here. And it's you have cars are my dad and I is our passion, not our passion, but it's a very it's a big part of our lives. Something that we just bond with and do together. Like when the Bear Jackson thing's coming up, I'll probably film that for you guys. We're gonna come here, probably wash cars and watch our 2 babies get sold to someone for a fraction of what they're worth. Hopefully not, but hopefully more. But things like that, and we have this bond that him and I started when I was just a little kid. Like he taught me how to drive a stick when I was like 13 years old in the Viper GTS. But anyway, so we want this type of building to be something where we can just hang out. And I want that with him too, because he's getting old. Not old, but parents do get old, and he still comes to work every single day. And I want him to enjoy life. That's why I try to do as much for him as I can. All right. So I got the buckets filled already. There's the cayenne. So in here I just have softened not hot, warm, lukewarm. So I'm just gonna rinse the car down, and then I'll suds it up. This car's trashed. You just rinse it off, and I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it's beating pretty well. Of course, down here it's not really beating that well because it's all salt. It sure does make cleaning a lot easier. Okay, she's rinsed. I'm gonna get this here foam cannon ready. Looks like it's got some soap in it or something. Alright, we're gonna try out for you guys today this Performance. This is that MTM Hydro stuff. They're right down the road from here. Stuff works pretty well. I think I've shown this in a video before. It smells like cherry. Yeah, I did show this in a video before because I remember making a comment on how much I would use in a foam cannon versus how much I would use in a bucket. Because it says 2 ounces of soap per 1 gallon in your bucket. I don't have, this isn't full to 6 gallons, but it's probably about right. But just the amount of soap that you would have to use, 6 ounces, to give you an idea, is, this is a 16 ounce deal, so it'd be like a little bit less than half. That's a lot of soap, if you ask me. Let's go ahead and foam it up. I will say this stuff foams up really good. I will say this MTM glass cleaner, they call it high definition glass cleaner. It's probably the best glass cleaner I've ever used. I used to have this aerosol, I think it was, I have some over there. It was aerosol thing. You can even get at like Home Depot. And that, you know, was my go-to for the longest time because it was streak free and it was very easy to use. But this stuff is like truly streak free. You know, everything claims to be streak free, but you take a step back or get into the sun and you can see everything. But this stuff, I don't know, it seems to work really well. All right, so interior is wiped down, glass is clean. I'm gonna shut everything up and just do one more final walk around with a fresh towel to pick up all the drippings. This is one of those borderless, I think Adams towels. Just go around and grab whatever's dripped. And then she's pretty good after this. Hope you guys like this video. If it wasn't as boring for you as it probably seems like it is to me. So for sure guys, let me know what you want to see. We own all these cars. We're not renting them or borrowing them or anything. So if my intent with this channel was to give you real life experiences, you know, my experiences with things, and include you guys in on what goes on. If you happen to like it, that's always great. But you know, I do want to hear from you guys, see what you guys want to see. I do plan on building another Camaro, but I don't think it's going to be for a while. I mean, that could change. I could get a bug up my ass and say, hey, I want what I miss. But that takes money. And that money is from the Camaro is going to go towards other projects. So I think the paint is done. But as I was saying, yeah, let me know what you guys want to see. As I said earlier, it's a little bit limited on what I can do in the wintertime here in Minnesota. But I can always do more. I can do some real like product testing or product reviews. I've got a whole assortment of everything. I've used probably just about everything there is out there. You know, I've used Geon, I've used the cheap stuff at stores. I do think that the best interior cleaner for leather is Zaino. I think it's Z9, Z-A-I-N-O. That's a company I've been using since I was like maybe like 12 years old when I first got into car detailing. So I don't know if it's just biased towards it, but I really like the smell that it leaves behind. And it leaves like a finish that's not greasy or oily. But I don't know if that same product can be used on like a dash. It can, don't get me wrong, but it's not, I don't know. It's a really nice product. And it's actually, I have none left. I should probably order some. Should have ordered some during Black Friday. I think they're having a sale. Do you guys have any experience with Zaino? They have this polish that I've learned is more of a filler than a polish, the Z5. That was my go-to wax for a number of years. Because it would polish and wax at the same time, sort of. But then all this hydrophobic stuff started coming out and that stuff was just left in the past. So even this little borderless towel just absorbs everything. I feel bad using it on the wheels. I'm not gonna use that on anything else now. What do you guys think of that new C8 Corvette? We had an allocation or the option to purchase one of the, is it called the Stingray? Is that the standard one still? Anyway, we had an opportunity to put our name on one of those, but like we've learned in the past, it's worth the wait to get the Z06 or even like the ZR1, just because the performance figures are that much better. What do you guys think of that? I was thinking about adding that to the stable here next year or whenever that becomes available. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna clean this place up a little bit. I'm gonna try to tackle this sink. I started putting in the faucet, but the hole wasn't big enough. That's what she said. So I'm gonna clean things up around here. I'm gonna try out this pinball machine. If you have time, you know, leave a comment down below. What do you want to see? We got lots of different, you know, cars here. I can show you the ins and outs of all of them. Can't drive them right now because, well, it's first week in December, and this is what we got going on. So a little bit limited on what I can do, but I can always show you guys the cars, start them up, show things that I like about it, what I don't like about it. So, all right, I'm gonna end this video here. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.